Number one, the power read, I think, complements the belly play well because there's overlap in teaching. The quarterback is making a ride off a read player. It's just a horizontal ride now instead of a vertical ride. Now the back's the alley component and the quarterback's the interior component. Okay. I was a big power guy before we went spread. So I love, the double team and back block. I would say, okay, how can we still run this? When you have receivers in the game and still get this blocking scheme in there. And guys, if you're looking at Ohio State right now, they've went to a lot of this gap. They're running almost exclusively counters. I'd say it's 80% of their run game right now. Gap plays are really coming. And then they never left, but they're really coming on the rise now again. All right, and the blocking techniques and concepts carry over from belly, particularly the double teams. All right, now instead of a vertical double team to the mic like it would be on a belly play, we're doubling to the backside linebacker, who's probably going to fast flow a little bit with this action. All right, and I'll talk a little bit about that as we go. But there's the base deal of it to a 4-2 box. We're going to get a double. All right, I'll talk a little bit about this double team just quickly. It's not the brunt of my talk, but all right. If we get a 3 technique, we want to use a ricochet technique or the Rick block, we call it. So we want that left tackle or the right tackle. We want to have him knock the 3 technique into the gap of the guard. Okay. And we want him to get off and seal the backside backer. All right. So we work a lot on that double team block there, that if it's all equal, if we could knock the 3 technique into the A gap and let the guard take it and let the outside guy get off, that's what we want to do if we can. Okay. We talk about the pulling guard. Hey, strike a match off the double team. We want to be as tight as you possibly can in this alley, looking for the +1 linebacker. Okay. If we can get that, all right. Sometimes we don't even block that guy because he gets over the top. We'll block the backside. That's okay. You stay on that course and you find someone. All right. Initially, it's the front side backer. Okay. But, you're not running a downhill power play where they're fitting and staying in their gaps. You're running a sweep play, possibly. So you get a bunch of different fits by the defense. Okay. All right, the backfield action. We want the tailback's heels on the quarterback's toes. Now, this is something that's a little, for us, we do this. Some teams run this with the back a little bit behind the quarterback. I'm going to tell you guys, I don't like that. I'm not saying you can't do it because a lot of teams do it in college. You look at it, they're doing it. Here's why I don't like it. The running back has to step up and then go over. And what happens is he gets his angle sort of when he does it, kind of gets like into the read key a little bit. If he's behind the quarterback and he steps up, and then tries to come across, he tends to not get across enough and comes downhill more. Okay. You see what I'm saying there? If he comes straight across, he could actually belly back a little bit. I put a cone here. Okay. Or a person, I stand there and the back's got to circle me. So he's stretching horizontally that defensive end. That's been pretty good for us. All right. Now I know some people, when the back's behind, they teach the quarterback to step up and the back to step up and come across, and it's worked. All right. But I like setting the back just a little bit in front, and we run stretch from there and a couple other things to keep the defense honest. So, all right. You must fly across, get wide. The quarterback is 1.5 shuffle step. So he's gonna kind of go with the guy a little bit. And again, his eyes are on the read key, just like belly. Look at the guy's eyes. And now if you keep it, you want to hit it downhill. You want to hit it about on the inside leg of the guard. Okay. It's interesting. Like when in doubt, do you give or keep it? I say keep the ball when in doubt. It's kind of like the give in the belly play. So if you're not sure, minimize the huge loss, try and keep it and get downhill as best as you can. All right. And then we say, if you don't get the ball, run as if you have it. And one little coaching point I got with this is tuck your inside arm. So if the back doesn't get the ball, if you're not supposed to carry the ball in your inside arm, but if you act like the ball's in your inside arm, they can't tell if you have it or not. Okay. So that's just been one little thing. Our guys sometimes do it and, sometimes don't, but it's something that we kind of stress in the preseason. If they could remember, to keep it, we do that. All right. Okay. Here we go. Here it is to a front side 3 technique. Like I said, we want to get a Rick block to the backside backer, kind of vertical. They're probably going to flow across. He's going to flow across a little quicker with the action. Okay. Now, one thing we say on the double teams, don't chase the flybys. Stay on your track. So if this linebacker runs way over the top, the weak side linebacker, that's fine. The pulling guy, if he's doing that, the Mike's probably getting over the top as well. All right. So if you just stay on your courses, it'll work out. And now this double team could work to the weak safety, or if there's a boundary player coming down, whatever. Okay. And sometimes in an odd defense, we'll actually work to that overhang, and it's been great. All right. Real good play to the odd. We want to block it out here just like we do the bubble. All right. Block it for the sweep. All right. Block the corner. We're going to get to the rally point here. All right. It's not like a throw, so you can attack his leverage a little bit more than because he's not throwing the ball out here. All right. And then one little thing I've learned from this is you got to account for the Mike twice. Okay. Number 3 must get Mike if he gets over the top, unless he's 3 over 3. If they play, man-to-man cover 1, you got to block the guy over you. Some teams, and sometimes we made a mistake and cracked it anyways, and it worked out because the guy guarding the H went inside with them, and we gave the ball because if they're gap exchanging it, the Mike's, getting over the top, and, we cracked them in the end closed, and the guy on H went inside, but you can't guarantee they're going to do that. All right. So to make sure we say, all right, if it's 3 for 3, you're going to block the guy over you. And then we're just going to, block the Mike with the pulling guard and as best we can, or beat him with the back. Now, I will say this. If it's 3 over 3 and 3 by 1, cover 1, run it weak. Run it weak. You got numbers. All right. There's nobody to the weak side. And you may see a clip on there. I think I have it. All right. Now, number 3 can be, right here. He can be in the backfield. All right. He could be a Y off. He could be anywhere. All right. We could do a 2 by 2. I'll show you all the different ways. All right. But this is the base way we go. And we say, all right, leave the field safety go and make him make the tackle on the sweep. Okay. It went all done. All right. Front side shade, same deal. Backside tackle, I should say, same like in power. Secure the B gap and slam hinge. Okay. Secure the nose tackle, bang the hip if possible on track. And then where's the linebacker going to be going after the snap? That's where you want to come off to. And we don't mind. Hey, if you get his inside number, that's okay. Just like power, if that quarterback keeps it, they've been back there a lot. That's fine. Okay. Into the odd. All right. Now, with the odd, I got to talk about this a little bit. If you don't have a tight end in there, this gets... You could get it gets dicey here. So here's the 3 ways we'll do this. Okay. We're going to bring everybody down. All right. So the tackles base rule is, hey, we're going to come down. We're going to try and read this player right here. Okay. And we're going to wrap for this player. And we're going to combo to the overhang. Okay. Now, if that all happens, that's awesome. The problem is this tackle sometimes can't get down and makes the quarterbacks really dicey. So, for example, if the tackle tries to go down and this end gets hands on him, okay, well, the tackle's got to block him. All right. Well, now what does the quarterback do? Well, by rule, he's reading the end. He should give him the ball, but then the Mike, it's tough for that guard to get to the Mike. He can't get around there and they got you. Okay. So there's been some situations like that. We start here by rule. This is how we want to do it. Okay. Everyone with me there? Okay. Another way we could do it is we call base. Now what we're saying is, okay, if we know we're in a 3-4, let's read this guy and let's base this guy. Okay. Now we're going to combo for the front side backer and work to the backside backer. Okay. On a base. We've also based it when I'm drawing here 2 by 2. We've also done it where we get 3 by 1. And if they bump the backers, put this guy outside and they bump the backers over, we've actually read this guy. We've treated him like it's him. Okay. And that was good for us this year. All right. So we could still combo now to the overhang. We could wrap for this guy, and then we could read this guy if they're kicked over like a stack look. I'll show it to you. All right. The surefire way, if you could get a 3-man surface, all right. So if you have a Y that can block down, or you could go tackle over, however you want to do it. If you get an odd look and you get a 3-man surface, this defines it perfectly. Hey, we're going to read this guy, and now we're going to get a double. We're going to get a double back, and we're going to wrap for the front side backer, and we're good to go. All right. So that clears up everything to an odd defense. If it's a 3-4, we start with down, and we can base and basically read the first backer out of the box.